This session of ViewBoard 2.1 is going to go over the menu buttons down at the bottom and basic navigation of the software. So we're going to get started here with our menu tab. Our menu tab is going to be kind of our heart and soul where we pull things into ViewBoard 2.1 as dynamic content. First, we have our file, which you can create a new ViewBoard session, you can open up existing ViewBoard sessions, and obviously you can save or save as so that you can, use them at a later time. Once we go into import, this is where we can import files. They can be video files, MPEG-3 music files, they can be PDFs, Office documents, JPEG images. This is where you go to your folders and you import content into ViewBoard 2.1. We have a text mode, which allows you to type text, a handwriting recognition mode, so when you start writing, it will convert your script to text. We have a clipboard mode. Anything you've copied within ViewBoard, you're going to be able to, paste it from the clipboard back into ViewBoard, and a materials mode. And what materials gives you, and this was a new feature with 2.1, one, it gives you Post-it notes and banners, but it also gives you the ability to start adding transitions and animations to your deck, per se, kind of like a PowerPoint, to make it more dynamic and more interesting for your audience. Also within the menu, we're going to have print to local printers. Sometimes that's important for people. We also have our settings, so you can how ViewBoard behaves and the way you want it to behave for your environment. We have a help section, which I like on the help because it actually gives you the user manual online, so you can reference it right here. And another new feature, I'm in preparation mode at the moment, but we also have presenting mode, and we can go straight to desktop. So we have a new mode section here that allows you to use it, which is more convenient or comfortable for you. Next on the bar is our desktop mode. And what desktop does, it lets us go back out to our desktop so we can teach from or use dynamic content from the web or anywhere where we're needing to grab more information, right? We could be out in a PowerPoint. We can grab content using our toolbar here, and we'll go over this at another time. But the whole point is ViewBoard is giving you a lot of ways to use what you already have and grab things to create your own unique content for your teaching style or for your boardroom presentation. Next, we have our toolbar, and our toolbar is where we pack several key items that you'll use. The main is going to be the tool. I'm using the screen camera now to actually record this video. But we also have a web browser. We have a writing board that's kind of a board within a board. So if you don't want to mess up your ViewBoard content, we can click on this. It brings down the old pull-down board where you can write. Again, you can save that and distribute it. We also have here within ViewBoard, we have a clock, a calendar, a countdown timer, spotlight, screen wrap. If you have a document camera connected to your interactive flat panel or your PC, you can access that on the screen, take screenshots, and put it in with your ViewBoard session. A lot of neat features here. Backgrounds are important. Here we've got custom backgrounds where if you pulled some things from the web, I can pull that up. That becomes my background now for that particular slide. As I move to other slides, you'll notice that background will continue unless I change it, right? So I'm on slide 2 and I want to change that background to, say, a chalkboard. So I'm going to go in here to miscellaneous, chalkboard, and as you can see, I have 2 different backgrounds on 2 different slides. So again, your preference, use it how you want to, but we have a lot of powerful tools here built into the toolbar. The other is subjects. This is to help those who teach chemistry, physics, mathematics, so expressing recognition, calculator built into it, and then English, we've got grid paper to help students, those younger classes, with their writing skills. Next, we have our resource bank. And in our resource bank, this is where when you're capturing content, you're going to notice that if I put in here text, this is a test. Once I put that in there and I click on it, I'll get a 3-bar down here. I can add things to the resource bank. these can be common items that I've either clipped from the web or I've typed and I don't want to do it again. I add those down here to my resource bank, and I can drag and drop them back onto my page at any given time. So a neat feature to save you time as you're creating your content. Next, we have a web browser. So you don't have to go back out to your web browser, your Chrome browser. You can do a browser within a browser that allow you to clip content, annotate over content, put in a keyboard. Or you can do this, you can save your favorites that you like to go to, and you can pull those up at any time within the browser. So this is another area where you can teach or have content ready to go during your EMB sessions with ViewBoard. And one of the things you'll notice, as I clicked on the browser, it opened up a new little windows. And what it does is, as I have Office documents, videos, and things loaded, I can always minimize them. It will put them down here so I can pull them up at any given time on top of my ViewBoard session. So next, we're going to go through the middle toolbar. And this is where we've got our select tool. So as you have content on the screen, you can circle it, it'll select it, you can move it, resize it, rotate it, all kind of neat features there. Then the all-important pen tool. Now, the pen tool, you double tap on it, and it's going to give you various pens. You have your standard pen, you have a paintbrush, a marker, you have a Chinese brush, you have a highlighter pen that when you circle it, it pulses around what you're doing. You have the star pen, and you have the reveal pen. Here, on this, you can change the size of the tip, and you can change the color and even go in and do custom colors. You have an eraser tool. Again, double click on it. You can erase just small sections. You can select an area to erase, or you can just slide over to clear the page. Next, we have our figures tool. Now, our figures are anything from hand-drawn circles to lines to dots, dashes. All these are available for you to play around with, but this is where you find your shapes and tools for your illustrations. The roaming tool, what's interesting with ViewBoard, this is an infinite whiteboard. So as you continue to draw or write, you can take the hand and move up, down, left, or right to have more space. So you're not limited to your 55, 65, 70, 75, or 84-inch board from ViewSonic. You're able to move around and have infinite space to work with. One caution with the hand tool as you're moving things around and writing, if you go to export as the image, the Word, the PowerPoint, or the PDF file, what's going to happen is it's going to shrink those down, because it's going to try to take each one of these pages that you see down here in the 1 and 2. It's going to try to make those a single page. So be mindful as you're moving around that you want to keep it at a size that when you do export it, it's easy to read for your audience. Here's your typical text tool. This is where you can go in and type like I showed earlier. And this is your undo and redo buttons. The last toolbar over here at the side is, here's where we can add a page. So as you can see, I just added a page. Or we can go back pages by using the buttons here. So this is how we advance our slides, or we go back. And if I click on this, you'll notice it brings up all my pages. So I have unique ways that I can do it. I can click here, or I can use a stack tool to allow me to pull pages up as I need it. All right, so I can hit this over here, and I can drag that out, and there's my page 1. So depending upon my presentation or instructional style, I can have everything that I've got lined up here and drag it onto the screen at any given time. The last thing is we have these little arrows on the far edges of the screen. What makes these important is, depending upon how you like to stand at the board, you can orient your toolbars closer to you. So if I stand on this side of the board and I really need to reach my menu toolbar, instead of walking across the screen and blocking it, I can hit this arrow over here and it will bring my toolbar close to me, right? Or bring my menu bar close to me. If I tap it again, it brings my pages back close to me. This was a tutorial on the basics of the menu bars at the bottom, what they represent, and how to use them. Thank you for your time, and look forward to more ViewBoard 2.1.